Hi there, Sensei Victoria Whitfield here, and this is your weekly love letter from the dojo at naturalintuition.com, your source for channeled holistic stress management and techniques for developing your natural intuition. Source is coming down in the energy right now, and she's just saying so strong. Stop saying you don't have time. Oh my goodness. So, oh my goodness, one of the most common things that, one of the common reasons or excuses, that I hear from my students of like why I can't meditate on a daily basis, or why I don't get to work out as much as I would like to, or why I'm not focusing on doing things that I love or developing my crafts, my talents, my intuition. Is I don't have time. I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that mess. Ah! Oh my goodness. Source in the energy, she's saying loud and clear. Stop it. Because time is a hologram. Get this. Woo. So, well, I get the tingles down the back of my head as she continues to download the image and sensation of time being a hologram. Time is a hologram. It is a image built out of refracted light and refracted color, refracted choices, right? So time is a hologram because it's based on decisions. It's not that you don't have time. Whenever we have that as a prevailing excuse, it's not that you don't have time, as if you have less of the 24 hours in a day that we all get. It's actually because you're not a very decisive person. And it's coming from a lack of boundaries. Feeling like you have no time, or rushing all the time, or feeling like there's no time for self-care or space is a lack of decisiveness and a lack of boundaries. What in the world is that? If it's just a hologram, that means that you can shift it simply by altering the base image or your base beliefs, right? Around how you operate and how you show up within the 24 hours that you have been allotted within each day. 8, hopefully, of which you are spent sleeping, right? So then we've got a good, what is that? Is that 16 left? Math is not my unique brilliance. But we still have a limited amount of time, let's say, around 12 hours to play with. Let's just round it off there, about half the day to play with of how we are going to show up for ourselves within this current day. Boundaries. First and foremost, how do you create boundaries? By deciding what matters most to you, and then being first in line to honor and be the bodyguard of that, right? So boundaries doesn't necessarily mean shutting people out or shutting people down or cutting things off necessarily. Boundaries instead make sacred containers of exactly what you expect and value within every given experience. However, being decisive does mean cutting off. It's incision, right? Cutting off from one stream of consciousness to another, entirely and completely. It's okay to be decisive. It's okay to be clear that you want to spend your time in this way, because that creates a sense of focus, productiveness, and clarity. But you have to be decisive and have clear boundaries if you want to have time for the things that matter to you. So in the energy, I'm hearing the oracle cards for the week calling Life Purpose Oracle Cards deck, one of the 16 decks here at the dojo, and counting. By all means, we're always receiving donations, happy to. And we're asking the angels, well, how do I get clear on creating more time for myself? Is there a certain thing that I'm supposed to pay attention to? Like, how in the world does one become more decisive? How can we create more time by carving out what's important to us. Getting a vibe here. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Author. Dun dun dun. Can you see it? Can you see it? Author. You have a book inside of you. Take time to write it. Make the time. So the angels are saying that they're bringing up from the life purpose deck book because there is so much inside of you around what's valuable to you, what you desire, what's important to you, who you really are and who you would like to be. There's a whole book on that. You could write the book on it, and you want to know what it's called? An operations manual. Get ready for this, and this is your assignment for this week. What I would like you to do is sit down and write an operations manual on how to own and operate a you. For you. It's not for anybody else. But write down what are your likes, what are your dislikes, how you would like to spend your day, how you would like to express yourself professionally, sexually, socially, physically, right? Spiritually and emotionally. Write down your operations manual because there's a whole book, apparently, in there, according to the angels, within you. And when you sit down and make time, that making it priority, it'll come pouring out through you and express naturally. Your intuition has got it. It's inside of you. Okay? Comment below. Tell me what's coming up for you. Share this with someone who says, I don't have time, to let them know, yes, you do have time. You're just not decisive. You're just not clear on what your priorities are, and you don't have boundaries. Be kind to yourself. This isn't accusation. It's just reality. Subscribe on YouTube so that you get your love letters every week on Tuesday, and share this with someone that you love, because it's all about spreading as much love and healing on the planet, okay? Sending you big hugs and love, and we'll see you next week. Mwah! Bye!